You ever see those top creators and just wonder, how do they do it? How do they pump out so much amazing content week after week without burning out? Well, I'm going to let you in on a secret. It's not magic, it's a machine. And today, we're going to deconstruct the exact blueprint for building your very own content machine. It's designed to help you launch strong and, more importantly, stay consistent. So let's break this thing down piece by piece.
Okay, first up, why does this even matter? Well, the data is it's undeniable. Podcasts that launch with a backlog of 8 or more episodes see an incredible 89% higher retention in their first month. Think about that. That means your new listeners don't just find you. They get hooked. They binge your stuff. They hit subscribe, and they become fans for the long haul.
And yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? The very thought of creating 2 full months of content before you even press go can feel completely exhausting. Honestly, it's probably the #1 reason so many great ideas just fizzle out. But what if I told you there's a system designed to solve this exact problem?
Here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll look at the launch problem itself. Then, we'll lay down the foundation with something called the batching blueprint. After that, we'll turbocharge the process with AI-powered scripting, add that human soul with business storytelling, give it a professional shine, and finally, lock it all into a workflow that you can actually stick with.
So let's start with the absolute cornerstone of this whole system, the batching blueprint. This is how you take that frantic, chaotic energy and turn it into a predictable, controlled, and super efficient process.
The secret sauce here is batch recording. So instead of creating 1 episode at a time, which is super inefficient, you set aside 1 block of time to record multiple episodes, one after the other. Not only does this save a ton of time, but it helps you keep your energy consistent and really get into that creative flow state.
And I mean, just look at the efficiency gain here. Every single time you set up your mic, your camera, your lighting, and then tear it all down, you're losing creative momentum. With batching, you do all that heavy lifting just once for, say, 4 or 5 episodes. You can cut down that wasted setup time by as much as 70%. That is a massive, massive win.
But okay, what do you actually record in these sessions? Well, you don't just wing it. You follow a strategic plan. About 40% should be your pillar content. This is your core expertise, the stuff you know inside and out. Then you mix in some guest interviews for credibility, sprinkle in trending topics to stay relevant, and top it off with some behind-the-scenes stuff to really connect with your audience. This keeps your content fresh, interesting, and super authoritative.
For your launch, the sequence is absolutely key. It is not random. You start by building that personal connection, the why. Then, boom, you hit them with immediate value by talking about a huge industry mistake. You bring on a guest to build credibility. Then you reveal your own process, and then you show proof with a case study. See, every single episode has a job to do in building your audience.
All right, so you've batched your recording day. Now, how do you fill all that time? You need scripts and you need them fast. This is where we bring in technology as your creative accelerator. And listen, this isn't about replacing your voice. It's about making your workflow 10 times faster.
This right here is a game changer. A simple but powerful prompt like this one is all you need to get the ball rolling. You just plug in your topic and your target audience, and within seconds you get a detailed, structured outline. Then you just come in and flesh it out with your own stories and expertise. It's like having your own personal script assistant. And the best part is, the outlines AI gives you can follow a proven template, just like this one. You start with the cold open to grab them right away, then your intro music, then you deliver your main points in a couple of digestible chunks, and you always end with clear takeaways and a call to action. This structure makes life easier for you and creates a predictable, easy-to-follow experience for your listeners.
And the impact of this, it's huge. By using AI to generate those first drafts and outlines, you can cut your total writing time by up to 40%. That frees you up to focus on what really matters, sharing your unique insights and actually connecting with your audience.
Now, having an efficient machine is awesome, but your content, it needs a soul. And that brings us to the art of business storytelling. This is how you take all those facts and figures and transform them into something that connects with people on a human level.
A really simple but powerful way to do this is the STAR method. First, you set the situation, give us the background. Then you define the task or the challenge. Then you detail the specific actions you took. And finally, you share the measurable result. This framework turns a vague story into a really compelling and memorable case study.
And here are some really critical do's and don'ts. Don't make yourself the hero of every single story. Instead, do share your failures. That's what builds authenticity and trust. Avoid industry jargon that just confuses people. Use descriptive language instead. And please, never make it a sales pitch. Always focus on the lesson that your audience can take away.
Okay, you've batched your content, you've scripted it with AI, you've filled it with powerful stories. The final step is that professional polish. This is what separates the amateurs from the pros, and it has a huge impact on that critical first impression.
A new listener will make a judgment call on your show in seconds. What are they judging? Your energy, the quality of your intro music, how clearly you tell them what they're going to get out of listening, and maybe most important of all, the quality of your audio. Getting these first impression factors right is it's non-negotiable.
Finding professional music can feel like a huge headache, but there are some amazing resources out there. For a massive, worry-free catalog, a subscription like Epidemic Sound is fantastic. If you just need one perfect track, you can try Audio Jungle. And for some great free options, just make sure you check the attribution rules on sites like Incompetech.
Okay, let's bring it all home. When you combine batching, AI scripting, storytelling, and professional production, what you get is the ultimate payoff. You get a truly sustainable workflow that helps you stay consistent without ever burning out.
And the outcome is exactly what we wanted from the very beginning. You now have a launch-ready library of 8 or more high-quality episodes which nails that critical 89% retention number. But even more important, you have a repeatable system that you can use over and over again for all your future content.
Look, this blueprint isn't just about making a podcast or a video series. It's about building a powerful content machine. It's a system for sharing your expertise, building your authority, and connecting with your audience at scale. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?